Hey, my name's TomSka and welcome to Cheryl Chats with me, TomSka.
Perfect.
Not Cheryl. My name is TomSka Ridgewell. I am a writer, director, and I do comedy videos on YouTube. Sketch comedy, animation, just things to make people laugh.
I kind of feel like you undersold yourself slightly. You are one of the biggest YouTubers in the country.
Yes. I know. You didn't ask me if I was one of the biggest YouTubers in the country. You just asked me what I do.
Are you one of the biggest YouTubers?
I am. Yeah. I am one of them. There's quite a lot of us now, though.
There is.
Yeah. It's a much bigger scene than it was a few years ago.
Let's talk about that just quickly. It's a good place to start, actually, because you've been making videos for a long time. So we're making videos at 11 before YouTube was even around. So
you've done your research, I see.
Well, not my first time. So clearly a pro. What made you want to go onto YouTube, or was it not really a conscious thought?
YouTube came out when I was about 15, 16. I just wanted to make a video online. I didn't even know what that meant back then, so I thought I wanted to do cartoons because that was the only thing you could do back then. So when YouTube came along, it was just the most natural progression. It was finally a place where you could put a video and people would actually see it. And it's pretty much stayed that way ever since. It's the biggest and best platform I found to put video on.
And you really, you are a professional video creator, so your videos have been very well received from a sort of production point of view. But you've also done some personal and some intimate videos as well.
Yeah, so I have my main YouTube channel, which is for sketch comedy and just that's more my job. And then I have a secondary channel, a vlogging channel, if you will, called Dark Squidge, which is where I put more personal videos. I actually use that as an option to talk about my life, my feelings, the emotional stuff, because YouTube isn't just my job, it is also kind of my life, and so it kind of makes sense to just live on there as well a bit more.
And was it a conscious decision in terms of you had a big audience and you thought they now need to know more about me, or was it more an output for you to kind of just vent? Honestly,
when YouTube starts really becoming such a big part of your life, you need to have an opportunity to vent. You need to have a way to talk about things, and it just made sense to talk to the camera, because I also realized that each time I share a story, I don't even have to add a moral. I can just share a story, and someone's going to hear that and maybe feel better about their own problems. And I think that's a really nice thing. I think it's nice to be able just to put a piece of yourself out there, and someone else is going to feel better about themselves, or you can share a lesson or anything.
Have you found that difficult or quite an easy thing to do? Because I find, and I've only started doing YouTube for a while because I come from kind of mainstream television, so we'll get into that in a second, but I find it kind of, it's not that I have difficulty putting myself out there on camera, it's more the person, like the more personal stuff, but you've been quite open.
Honestly, it comes so natural to me to overshare on YouTube, but then again, my job is YouTube. I don't have to worry about getting a real job at any point. So I probably wouldn't share so much if I thought I was going to have to go hand in my CV the next day. It could be
That's a really good
pretty
point.
disastrous. Having people know absolutely everything about you. Online dating just not an option for me. Too out there, too exposed.
So, because you are a professional and you're a video creator and you studied at university and you're very, very professional.
Hello,
and
plane. Let's just wait for him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe give it another few seconds. Have a good breakfast.
Didn't have breakfast.
I had a slice of pizza and a crunchy.
Pizza and a crunchy. That's quite random.
I'm quite random.
Quite random breakfast.
Yeah. I think a very important thing to take into consideration when making YouTube, I guess it depends what kind of content you want to make, but it's important to be you, which is such a cliche thing to say.
No, but it's hard. It's hard to be me.
It is important to take what you have to offer and offer it. Because there's no point in trying to be like someone else, because someone else is already doing that. So you have to just take what's you and put that out there. Be that your style or your experience or just what you have to say.
You do find, I find that the whole kind of back end of YouTube quite difficult. So the shooting and the editing, that's not a problem. But it's all the kind of back end. Do you find that a pain, or what advice would you give to someone that, because it's quite important, isn't it?
Well, so there's the analytics and all that.
Yeah, the social media.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's you can just use YouTube as a platform to upload video, but if you really want to take it seriously, like I do, the site just offers you so much data and information. I can tell the one person in Nigeria who watched this video, how long they watched it for, at what point they stopped watching. You can really get to know your audience just through data and statistics, and that's quite interesting. You don't have to look at that, but I've used it to kind of refine my content and my delivery. I don't think I've changed what I want to make, but I've learned to make it better. It depends what your idea of success is, but if you want to be, a successful YouTuber, I guess if you want to be earning enough money from the platform to live off it, then yes, I think you do have to take it somewhat seriously. I take not being serious very seriously.
That's quite good. I take not being serious very seriously.
Yeah.
That's quite a good motto to live by, actually. And just a couple of last questions. It seems to be, so the series that I'm doing at the moment is called How to Become a YouTube Star.
Okay.
The $1 million question, quite literally $1 million question. What tips would you say, or what things would you say, having got way past that point, for someone that's looking at what does it take to become a YouTube star?
One of the things I would say though is it's always good to have a second channel. One way you make the stupidest mistakes, and one where you really try out new ideas, because sometimes you don't necessarily want your mistakes to drag down your best stuff. It's so hard to say, because YouTube has grown from just being this tiny platform where there was just a few success stories to there's so many different people doing different things. There's people unboxing toys and making a career out of it. There's people talking to a camera. There's people doing comedy videos. There's people playing video games. People doing cartoons. There's so many different things to do on YouTube. It's almost impossible to say this is how to become successful on YouTube. Step one: make a YouTube channel. That's advice.
Lovely. And just lastly, where do you see yourself and YouTube in 5 years?
Chill out. Where do I see myself and YouTube in 5 years? The way I kind of see YouTube is I see it as a part of a much bigger medium, online video. And there are other giants in the world of online video. There's YouTube, there's Netflix, there's sites like Vimeo and that, and I kind of consider YouTube as the BBC of. No offense, I consider YouTube as the BBC of this digital space. It's one of the originals. It's the big boy, and I think it will just keep growing and evolving. And I'm just interested to see where it goes, and I'll just go wherever it goes.
I'm just gonna do a.
Hey, I'm Tom.
Can you do that again, actually? Go on.
Hi, I am Tom. My top tips for YouTube success are make a YouTube channel. That's a good thing. Keep consistent social media. So whatever you pick for the name of your channel, make sure that you can get the Twitter and the Facebook links for that all the same. And just be you. Offer what you have to offer, because someone else is already offering themselves. There's no point copying them, because that's already out there. So just be you. It's kind of obvious, I guess.